the Earthmanbrick, back again with another MDF kit, and this one is TTCombat, the drive-through for part of the City Streets range, and it's for 28 to 32 mil scale. It contains one grey board, which is just cardboard really, and 5 laser cut MDF sheets. So that means we've got the grey board here is used to tidy up these edges, which is always welcome and great. Brilliant design. And yes, this kit really stuck out to me as well because of the natural kind of Googie style, which is what you typically saw. It was a very kind of dated style. I can't remember what period it was dominant for. Folks in the comments section below will no doubt tell me. But yes, it's commonly seen in the New Vegas strip of Las Vegas. Yes, no doubt we'll have a few push-outs, and I'm going to do a time-lapse of me assembling this, and then I'll show you the entry screws and all the, if there's any bits left over. But another little thing I quite like is how the letters are going to be standing out, so you can paint them kind of neon colors and things. Anyway, I'm going to get to assembling it, and I'll show you it once it's all kind of done and dusted. See you again soon. Bye for now. Hello again, and we're back. And here it is, all assembled. Yes, it took about 2 hours, mainly because I decided the walls were looking very plain, and I thought I'd add some, what is this, tester wallpaper. So I put that in for a nice kind of stone effect. Thought it looked rather nice. Now, when assembling this, parts of it were a pain. The biggest part was this piece, because it was way too long at the side. It was about that extra long in length, which I needed to just cut off, which was a bit disappointing, but you can see how absolutely flush with the wall that is. So yes, having to cut off that much was it just kind of shows that it wasn't perfectly designed. And so that's it all there. Now I've already colored in the letters here, just using a Sharpie pen, and I'll use a Sharpie pen for coloring in a lot of the different parts. I'm not sure what I'm going to go for these checkers. I might just go for black and white, I'm not too sure. But yes, I'm quite digging the overall sign. And speaking of signs, here's another sign for it here. I've just gone over this with a black marker pen. In fact, for all the laser tags and bits, I've just gone over it with a black marker pen just to tidy it up a little. But what other accessories have we got? Well, we've got the ladder that attaches to the back here, and I thought I'd leave that off so that I could get in and paint all these squares and everything first. So we've got the ladder. I'll just pop this down a bit. That's better. We've also got this, which is the tannoy. Now, funnily enough, this doesn't appear in the instructions. Instead, in the instructions, there's 2 other things which definitely aren't on the sprue frames. Speaking of the sprue frames, I'll take off from the accessories. This is all of what we've got sprue frame wise, so I've not punched out these yet. Got a little sign. These are doors for the windows. There's 2 windows at the side here. You can see them both there, and those are meant to be optional shutters, so I don't know if they're lasered through in the middle. They're not. They're the kind that are designed to slide open and close. I'm not sure if I'll bother with them, to be honest. I might use them for doors or something. I'm not too sure. On another build. And of course you've got your signages for your windows there, which is very nice, and the staff only area, which is what this whole bit is meant to be. So you would have the kitchen thereabouts there, which is remarkably small kitchen. I don't think they were too worried about that. And it means that you would have next to no store space. So that would probably be a separate kind of building for that. So that if they run out of buns or chips or Coke or whatever, they can just go through the back and get it from the extra hut. Probably in the corral or something. Yes, this is all the emptied MDF sprue frames. A lot of interesting bits and bobs. Oh, and this shape here, that's for the air conditioning, which I've not done yet. I will do it later. That's all your MDF sprues. It does have a separate roof piece here, which is a nightmare to get in because that's meant to sit in. So it's flush with this bit here. And the way you know that is because you put in these slats. And that's what the roof part is meant to sit on top of. But I might just have it resting on the top because I can't actually jam it in. It's a bit too much of a tight fit and I don't want to cut up more pieces. So, accessory wise, what else did we get? We got this menu board, which is very nice. I think I'll go over the sides there with a black marker pen and then just cover that in with the Sharpies. I need to kind of decide on a theme here. There's your double-sided menu board, which is very cool. Again, just a Sharpie to go over that. It should look pretty dapper. And lastly, we got these little lights, which I suppose are meant to just sit under the sign or something. I'm not sure. It doesn't really give you any instruction as to where the lights go. I suppose you could put them under these bits, potentially. And do what you like with them, but I thought it was a nice little touch, nice little addition. But yes, that's what we've got so far, so I'm going to get painting this up. I think I might start with the floor and the insidey bit here, just start painting with some regular colors, and I was playing with the idea of putting on a board over there. I'm not too sure how to figure it out. It seems a bit weird that there's no seating or anything in here either. But yes, anyway, I'm going to get playing around with this and I'll figure out if I'm going to put in acetate, so we've got clear actual windows for this build because there is a lot of them. But anyway, that's all I've got for you just now, and I'll be back soon once it's painted. Hello again, and we're back. Here it is, all done and dusted. I'm pretty damn happy with how this one's turned out. It's pretty darn good. There is just one last piece I have to add, which is the back here. It's got a ladder, which I forgot to stick on. So let's see if I can push this in. Right, yes. So, a little bit of glue. I did leave it off, specifically so that I could paint and get all this bit done underneath. And you can see there with the checkers, I've painstakingly gone over it all with white, as well as a black marker pen to make all the individual checks. Which was time consuming, but I think it's worth it. Oh, there we go. That's that ladder on. It's a nice little finishing touch. Speaking of finishing touches, that's a roof all done and dusted, and I think this bit here, the vent, is meant to go on the roundabouts there, but you can put it anywhere you like. I just use it as a kind of a handle for getting this bit on and off. But as you can see here, we've actually added little windows using acetate, which you'll be able to see from this perspective. And there's not a whole lot in here. It's mostly barren and empty, which is very fitting for any post-apocalyptic piece. And yes, I've gone to town with the textures here, adding several shades of browns, your burnt sienna, burnt umber, orange, which is the brightest form of brown, really. And stippled with white and whatnot. There's the little lights there. I've just thrown them either side. You can stick them above or below or somewhere separate. Doesn't really matter because they're not exactly working lights. So, and yes, I love the Googie style of the signage. I think that's turned out a proper treat. Yes, I was in two minds about whether or not I should add the acetate, but I really don't regret it. And it didn't take as long as I feared it would. So I've painted the squares white, and all the black squares are all black marker pen, which was very painstaking, as I mentioned earlier. All the streaks are your raw sienna, just kind of streaking down. I've used what is that? That's a yellow ochre, which is actually a lot brighter than I thought it would be, for some of the wall sections. Now the color scheme I got from pictures of old diners, and I was told that this apparently resembles one of these food places in America, which is called Checkers. Never heard of it before, but I was going with the diner aesthetic anyway, because it kind of resembles one, even though it's a drive-through. And there's the freestanding sign, all done and dusted there. I think I'm going to add some tufts here just to the bottom, and it's going to be a case of less is more, but I'll bring that closer. You can see all the little bits of wear and tear I've added. So streaks of burnt umber and raw sienna kind of going down. And oh yes, I should speak a bit more on for the red. For the most part, I've used for the larger areas I've just used ink. But for areas like this and the letterings, I've just resorted to Sharpie pens, which have worked a royal treat. And I've used those pens for these other bits of scatter. So there's the outdoor menu, which is I'm very happy with how this has turned out. There's a menu sign there as well. And lastly, we've got this, which is the tannoy, which again wasn't in the instructions, but it is definitely on the sprues. And it's turned out a royal treat. And I think the last bit I've got to do is just put this roof on. So I'm going to try just push fitting it on and see if I can lift it on and off easily enough. Let's see. It's going to take a bit of a little bit of gentle force. Just try and get it lined up here on one side. There we go. And push it in there. Oh dear. Yeah, that's not coming out again in a hurry. It is well and truly in there. Now, we've also used wallpaper. As you can see, I'm pulling up there. But I think I'm just going to super glue that into place, because I don't think there's ever going to be any need for me to go into the interior of this bit now. So, a few little dabs of glue here and there. And that's the roof permanently on. So that would be a menu with tannoy as you kind of go around, and there's your service windows at the side. There is still some bits left on the sprue, and we did get a couple of push outs, but nothing to write home about. Yes, would I recommend this kit? Absolutely. It's an absolute star. But that's all I've got for you today, I'm afraid. So, thanks again for watching, and